Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's micros market recap. Let's get right into it. It is Tuesday, March 7th at the close of New York. Just take a look at oil. We opened inside the range from yesterday below that close. We had an initial run up. They didn't quite get to the close before the seller stepped in and they just brought it all the way down. You can still see the response at these levels that were drawn the night before. Yes, you heard that right. The night before, for these potential entries that our students have the opportunity to take. That being said, they just headed straight down. They got through the low of the prior day and just continued going down. So without having to say much, yeah, we finished net down compared to yesterday's close in oil. As far as gold goes, it's a similar situation. The day prior, we were just range bound and made no headway. And then they closed at 1:30 yesterday and just kept kind of going down, and that momentum carried over through the open. You could just see it just was relentless. They were not stopping. Again, you can see the support and the resistance at those levels from those HVAs that were drawn, yes, again, the night before. So again, we opened a gap down and we are finishing gap down. There was no real move back towards the range from yesterday or that close even. So gold is net down as well. Our equities, similar story. Major difference being we actually opened, excuse me, we actually opened inside the range from yesterday in the equities towards the bottom end, granted, but we still opened in the range near that close. Went sideways for a good hour. Sorry, not hour, but 30 minutes, half hour, I should meant to say, before the sellers really started kicking into gear. It was more of a methodical move down. They had found support around this 40.13 mark before they broke it an hour later and just kept coming down. And they really pushed it. Before lunch, they were relentless. Those buyers did not want to take it down, and it was just slow as can be. And then they had some rally as lunch started and more people were heading out, and you can just see that in the market. The momentum just picked up before a large buyer just stepped in and said, no way are we going back up, and they just kept driving it down further and further. And that leads us where we are today, and you can see again that resistance at those edges, even slightly before it for support, just helped confirm potential entries for students if they decided to take them. With that being said, if you haven't seen the win-loss break-even videos that we put out, check those out. They're on the same channel. Those are based off of those levels here in the methodology that we teach the students in the room. They're all student submissions. You can see the winners, losers, and break-evens. That's everything that we get. We don't hold anything back. But needless to say, ES is also finishing net down for the day, as well as the NASDAQ. But we'll just take a quick look, a real short gander at this movement today. A lot more participation in the micro NASDAQ than there is in the micro ES. Again, opening inside that range right here. We did have an initial run up. Sellers did not want to take it any higher, and much like the ES, it was just a slow, methodical move down. There were some small bouts and rallies, especially in the NASDAQ. It seemed like the NASDAQ was harder to make any momentum south or to go with the bears. There was seemed to be a little bit of a stronger push to maintain the price of the NASDAQ rather than the ES, but ultimately, and you can see that there with that same volatility spike just before lunch, ultimately the sellers did win and the buyers gave way, but they didn't get as much of a stretch as the ES did on average. So it was a little bit of an interesting day to see that parity between the two. NASDAQ is usually the most volatile one of these three markets that we have in terms of the Dow, ES, and NASDAQ. And it didn't appear to be as volatile today, which was quite interesting. It's a little bit of a relief to see something new. But we are also finishing net down from the close in yesterday. So all of our markets are in the red, finishing below their closes from the day prior. If you are interested in learning more information about trading, futures trading, that is more specifically, or how to get these levels onto your charts the night before your next day's trading activity, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us online at our website at targettrading.co. Again, that is targettrading.co. Or find us on Facebook. Get in touch with the representative at either location. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to seeing you there.